Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the, I don't know what to call this, Super Lunch Bros clips. Yeah, so this is going to be a little snippet of from the podcast from earlier this week, just detailing stuff that from the Triller fight over the weekend. It's just, if you like what you hear here, make sure you go back and listen to the rest of the podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, and tell everybody you know about this, because I love doing this stuff and I would love to do it more often. So the more suggestions, the more comments, the more people like and do this, the more often I'm going to be able to do this and bring more content to you guys. So, all right, enjoy.
All right. Moving on.
Moving on to something else I hated. All right.
Let's talk about boxing.
Triller.
If you can call it that.
There were okay.
There was some boxing. There was some boxing matches.
All right. So first of all, Ben Askren gets not knocked out, because you can't be knocked out if you stand up. He does not get knocked out.
It's not TKO.
No. So Jake Paul landed a good right hand that put Askren on his ass. And even after the fight, Askren was like, hey, it's embarrassing, like, I did as much training as I could. I took it very seriously in the time that I had. It was kind of short notice, and I got in the best shape that I could with the time that I had, and I took everything, like, I gave it my best effort. And I guess I just got caught with a good punch. That's all. Ben Askren's a very cerebral person, a very cerebral guy. I don't think he was duping anybody when he took this fight. I think he was taking it seriously. He got caught with a right hand, gets dropped in the first round, like a minute and some change into the first round. And the ref, who was 1,000 years old, and I am convinced so Hassam said it best. He was like, I bet you he went out, like he was like on his way to his car in the parking lot. And they're like, no, you got to come back. Justin Bieber wasn't the main event. There's another fight. And he's like, slams his door, and he's like, fuck this. And he comes back and he's like, oh no, you fell down. Fight over. I got to go home.
The ref was as sick of waiting through that concert as everyone watching.
Oh God, dude. Yeah. Like, whatever. Anyway. So, you look at what happened, and there's not much you can take from it other than, like, it was disappointing, because obviously I wanted to see Ben Askren do well. Like, I didn't have high hopes. I didn't think he was going to do well. Like really, he was one of the worst strikers in MMA. Yep. I thought his best opportunity was just getting Jake tired, and I don't think he had enough time to train for it and get back into shape, because, like he said, he had been sitting on the couch for 16 months after his hip replacement. I don't think he was in the best shape possible.
It was a great situation for Jake Paul in terms of picking an MMA fighter who's going to give him the best shot in the best situation, and someone that can shit talk, someone that can do the dance outside of the ring to bring viewership.
Yeah.
But not necessarily.
But not smoke him when he gets in there.
But not smoke him. And also who's undersized compared to Jake, let's be honest.
Dude, honestly, you know what? I think it doesn't matter. I'm not doing that hypothetical bullshit. I refuse. I'll talk about this fight, and I'm not talking about projections, because I think they're all. I don't want to credit any of it. So
it sets Jake up very well for the next celebrity fight he wants to.
Sure. I'm happy that Ben Askren got paid $500,000 at least for this fight. That makes me very happy. It kind of goes to show, like, how much money there is out there for combat athletes. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about this shit show that it was? That fight specifically, because I have some other stuff I want to talk about.
Do you remember the old MTV show Celebrity Deathmatch? The Playmated one? That's what this felt like. Honestly, that's what the whole thing just felt like, a live action version of Celebrity Deathmatch, especially with all the commentary in the background.
Michael Jackson fought Prince.
Yeah. This just felt like that.
So I remember watching the last one, where Mike Tyson fought against Roy Jones, and Jake fought Nate Robinson, right? And
that was a little bit more legit.
No. Hold on. There was the fight beforehand but Jake also fought Nate Robinson, which not a legit fight anyway. So that commentary team had Snoop on it. This one also did. It had some other people I don't know, and then it had a comedian, Pete Davidson, who's he's a fucking idiot. Like, and it had this other asshole. Like, I know I sound like sour, but I swear it's not about the fight. I don't care. I couldn't stand watching it anymore. I tuned in at the Frank Mir fight because I was interested to see how he would do. Frank Mir fought a professional boxer who was a champion at
a legit professional boxer,
a legit heavyweight or a legit cruiserweight boxer, and Frank Mir did as well as like another professional boxer would do if he just couldn't get his game going. You know, he was just overmatched that night,
and is also past his prime by
past, and he was never a good striker to begin with.
Like 10 years past his prime.
Yeah. And like I said, Frank Mir was known as one of the best MMA grapplers in the UFC for a very long time. I think only person in UFC history to break 2 arms, you know.
Maybe like arguably first or second, like either number 1 or number 2 in terms of heavyweight grapplers.
Yeah, it's him or Fabricio. Yeah. I mean, Nogueira had an argument a long time ago, but, you know, he broke Nogueira's arm.
Yeah.
He snapped that shit in half.
Yeah.
So I thought he looked good, but more to the point of what was actually going on. So this whole Triller experience, I'll give you a taste of what happened. Okay, we had a former UFC heavyweight champion fighting a former heavyweight cruiserweight championship boxer. Good grief. We had 2 legit boxers fighting each other, which ended in a punch that Hassam, it hit his leg. Anyway, so like the punch came up, hit the leg, and then tapped it, like scraped by his side. Like here's how the punch went.
I saw the video. Yeah.
It went like this. No, I just like for people watching. Off the leg, and then it tapped. It like went like this off his side. I'll let you know right now.
In a glove.
Yes. Over here, your liver is not on this side. Your liver's on this side. Your body does not get shut down, right? There's no organ over here that shuts down your body from a body shot. That shot also was not hard enough to break a rib or damage any muscles or to knock the wind out of him. And then the guy laid down and went out on a stretcher. Do you know why I hate watching boxing? Sometimes I love some of them, like Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, both fights. Oh my God. Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko. Holy shit. Oh my God. Love those fights. Don't get me wrong. I love some boxing, right? I'm a relatively casual fan. But when I see shit like that, and I know this is Triller and not boxing, but these were 2 professional boxers, okay? And this shit happens, like, no part of that seems legitimate. That seems like somebody got paid money so he could sit down on his ass.
Yep.
Like, and it, in the past, they could have gotten away with it, but they don't anymore because we see instant replay. Motherfucker, I know you didn't get hit hard. What are you doing on the ground? Get up. So we had that. Then we have a YouTuber who's been training in boxing. To be fair, he's been training in boxing for like 2 or 3 years now, you know, and he was a wrestler in high school. He's like a naturally like physically gifted individual. You know, he's relatively athletic. Fighting a former MMA fighter who was a champion at 170 a long time ago, but he was one of the worst strikers in MMA history. He was mainly a wrestler and known for his cardio. And then we had a slap fight. Then we had, there was like a legit, you know, where they stand there and they slap each other. Like yep. we had Ric Flair commentating that shit going on. Then we had some of the worst hip hop I've ever heard. No, before Justin Bieber. I'm going to tell you like something that's going to make my wife very happy because she loves Justin Bieber. He was the most talented person who was out there that night.
Oh yeah.
Other than
a concert.
Oh, no. But everybody else who lighting up, there were strippers. There were like all this shit. It seemed like Hassan brought it up while we were watching it. Is like in the idea room, like in the conference room, somebody just has an idea and they're like, yeah, sure, let's do that. It's like, hey, what if we have a pie eating contest? Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Let's just do that. It's like, hey, let's like have a competition where two people kick each other in the dick and see who quits first. Yeah, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Let's do that.
I'm surprised you didn't see one of those fucking medieval matches where it's just two dudes in full suits
like
of armor.
M1 Global.
Yeah.
M1 did that.
I know.
I would watch that.
That would have been more entertaining than the slap fight, honestly.
Slap fights are so stupid. It provides me no entertainment because it's like, what is that showing me? That's showing me, whatever.
It's telling me how likely you are to get knocked out.
Basically. No, it's not, because like if you hit someone with your fingers, it does nothing. But you knock someone out when you hit them with your palm. Like if I palm strike you, like with the heel of my hand, it's like hitting with a sledgehammer. Whatever. Anyway, the whole thing was a shit show. I don't like what Triller does. I don't like the commentators. I think Snoop is absolutely horrendous. I like him when he talks about music. I think he's a funny guy. I like when he is in movies. You know, I think he's a fun actor, you know, playing bit parts. I think that's cool. But when in commentary, it's the same reason I didn't like him in the UFC when he was doing commentary for like the Contender Series. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He overreacts to something. He's the most casual fan possible. Like, he knows the bare minimum. He knows what a punch and a kick is, and that's about it. And like, I don't know who these events are for, other than to say anybody who will watch. And it
was like MTV Celebrity Deathmatch. That's like, that was it. That was what you saw.
It's like watching fucking Jerry Springer. It's just nothing but pandering to the lowest common denominator for 3 hours. And what kills me about it is there were actually like legitimate fighters on there. And I don't mind Frank Mir fighting a boxer. I think that's fun. Even Jake Paul fighting Ben Askren, that's kind of fun. All right. Yeah. That's fun. But this whole dog and pony show that they got going on, stop. It's so overbearing and stupid. Like,
it's trying to do too much and losing everyone along the way. It's like, yeah, there are Justin Bieber fans. There are boxing fans. There are MMA fans. There's people that are fans of strippers. It doesn't mean when you put everything all in one event, it's going to turn out great.
I bet you there were like, and
it's not going to be it's not going to be what everyone wants.
There were 6 guys in the world who are like, I love every part of this. These are like 7 of my favorite things.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what they did? I guarantee you they do this. They went to their marketing department and said, hey, what are 18 to 30-year-olds watching? And they just did all of them.
They're watching slap fights on YouTube.
Slap fights, butts.
Honestly, I think they just pulled up what was trending on YouTube and just copied everything.
Yep. Copy paste.
What's trending on YouTube?
Jake Paul,
Justin Bieber, strippers,
strippers, Jake
slap
Paul,
fights, Ric Flair.
Oh yeah,
Woo! Pete Davidson.
I love Ric Flair. I like him.
It literally, you could have taken like a day of what was trending on Twitter, and that's just what they threw into the production.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't TikTok dance competitions. Oh shit, what am I saying? There's a TikTok, like one of the TikTokers is fighting in July.
What kind of shit do you bet's gonna be thrown into that?
Oh my, everything. They're gonna like, who has the best TikTok dance? Like, there's
gonna be a breakdance competition.
Oh, and so like I said, I don't mind some. Like, I'm not into watching concerts. Like, I enjoy going with my friends to concerts and going with people I know to go see music once in a while. I think that's fun. But watching it on TV does nothing for me.
There is something that you can add to an event like this with production value that is interesting. Like fucking Conor McGregor coming out to Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
Like, that is an extraordinarily memorable event, and it didn't distract or take away from the event.
Yeah, because it
was sprinkled. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was just sprinkled in. If Justin Bieber had just sang Jake Paul's Walkout instead of doing a concert before, I think that would have been an interesting addition and not something pulling away from everything. Instead of trying to make it a concert and a boxing event and this, like, if you just kind of sprinkled it in and had it be something added to the fact that you're watching a night of boxing, it could have been interesting. But they actually tried to like make it multiple things.
So here's what I'll say. Who was the biggest draw that night? I would say Justin Bieber and Jake Paul. Okay, those two are probably the biggest draw. The reason why people are going there.
I didn't know Justin Bieber was going to be singing until the night of, so I don't know how much of a draw he actually was.
Me either. For us, it's obviously not. But what I'm saying is, like, who is probably the biggest person who brings celebrity to, last night? I would say Justin Bieber and Jake Paul. That being said, everything else is just glomming on and trying to get publicity for themselves. Okay, so because the other way around, I don't think works. Like, I don't think someone is going to watch this whole thing just to watch a slap fight and then be like, oh, hey, boxing's not that bad. Maybe I'll watch some more boxing. Hell yeah. I don't.
And I honestly don't
people
think
who watch slap fights don't.
I honestly don't think Justin Bieber fans are going to watch this to see Justin Bieber. They can just go fucking watch him on YouTube. Like, I don't think it's actually drawing Justin Bieber fans.
No, and like people who maybe like a hardcore Justin Bieber fan is actually like they just want to see him perform and they watch this. They're not going to also like that kind of person. Like I doubt.
They're going to watch the clip on YouTube later of his performance.
They're not going to go watch this and then also the slap fights. They're like, oh shit, you see that guy? He slapped him in the face. That was really cool. I'm going to watch more slap fights on YouTube. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
But if Bieber is doing the walkout for Jake Paul, they're actually going to see the walkout. And they're actually going to get drawn into the boxing match and not just the cutout Justin Bieber concert put in between the fights.
Yeah,
that's why it's got to be an accent to the event, not a separate event smashed in between the events.
So for those of you guys who didn't watch, you're welcome. We summed up the whole thing for you. You didn't miss anything.
Literally, you didn't even get to watch anyone really win the fight. You just saw Ben Askren eat a punch and the ref call it.
Yeah, it was
technically Jake Paul won, and he landed a good shot.
Yes, it was called the technical decision win because the referee stopped it. I don't think Ben Askren was winning that. I don't think he was going to win that fight regardless. I didn't think that. Not even a part of me. Like
I think had it continued, he would have been knocked out. Honestly,
probably, but let it happen.
Exactly, and it would have been better for both of them.
I don't know. That's. Like so for those of you guys who watch, you know that I keep notes. So I have like talk about weird split decision. Bisping and Cruz are really good together. The Tough series looks stupid. Whatever. So the Ultimate Fighter it's between Volkanovski and oh my goodness, what is his name? Ortega, Ryan Ortega. Okay. So two really hardworking individuals who don't talk a lot of shit, who are very nice and really good fighters. Boy, that's going to make for excellent television. Anyway,
there's going to be some serious tension between those two when they compliment and respect each other and really productively coach their teams. I mean, like objectively, it's probably going to be great for the fighters. The actually young up and coming fighters, it's probably a great environment for them to get fostered into. But
better
it's
than
not
Rampage.
Fuck.
Ripping a fake ass door off a hinge. And then so I had that note, and then along the notes it just says stupid Triller fights. That's all I needed to write for that. All right, I'm done with this. I'm done with this one. I don't want to talk about these fights anymore. So for those of you guys who tuned in and made it this far, I really appreciate it. Later this week we'll break down UFC 261.
Yep. And then I also want to do a little talking later this week about different Olympic events to watch.
We'll do that.
So there's going to be some cool and interesting stuff coming this year, and even some new things that have not happened before.
All right. So everybody who made it, I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm a little sour because I stayed up to watch those stupid Triller fights, and I'm a little tired from that shit. So I hope everybody has an amazing day, and thank you so much for listening.
Take care out there.